Black Annis is a notorious figure in British folklore, particularly associated with the county of Leicestershire. Often described as a fearsome, hag-like creature with a taste for human flesh, especially children, Black Annis is one of the most chilling figures in British folklore. A terrifying hag whose legend has haunted the people of Leicestershire for centuries. Known for her grotesque appearance, with long, sharp claws, blue skin, and wild, disheveled hair, Black Annis has a sinister reputation, preying primarily on children and livestock under the cover of darkness. Stories depict her lurking in the shadows, ready to snatch her unsuspecting victims, dragging them back to her lair to devour them. Over the years, the tale of Black Annis has become deeply ingrained in local lore, blending fear and superstition. But where did this ghastly figure come from, and why does her legend endure? Let's explore the origins, sightings, and historical context of Black Annis, and to take a glimpse into the eerie world of one of England's most notorious folk tales. Black Annis is most famously associated with Dane Hills, a rural area located on the outskirts of Leicester in central England. According to legend, she lived in a cave known as Black Annis Bower, which was carved into the side of a sandstone cliff. The cave was said to be covered in the skins of her victims, both children and lambs, which she would devour, hanging their skins on the walls to dry. The Dane Hills area itself was once a densely wooded region, making it the perfect setting for such a sinister figure to reside. It was said that Black Annis roamed the woods at night, searching for unwary children who ventured too far from home. Parents in Leicester and the surrounding villages would use the tale of Black Annis to frighten their children into obedience, warning them that if they stayed out after dark, Black Annis would come and snatch them away. The origins of Black Annis are somewhat unclear, with theories ranging from her being a historical figure, a pagan deity, or simply a personification of the natural dangers lurking in the woods. Some scholars suggest that Black Annis may have originally been a Celtic goddess, or a figure connected to pre-Christian fertility rites, with later Christian influences transforming her into a demonic figure. Others believe that she could be a symbol of the wild nature and untamed wilderness, which was feared and mistrusted in ancient times. The earliest written references to Black Annis appear in the 18th century, but oral traditions likely stretch back further. One of the earliest known mentions of Black Annis is found in a poem by John Hayrick, a 19th century historian and writer from Leicester. In his poem, Hayrick describes Black Annis as a blue-faced hag who prowls the countryside, digging her claws into the bark of trees as she searches for prey. Some accounts suggest that Black Annis's legend could be linked to the memory of a real person, possibly a hermit or religious recluse named Agnes Scott, who lived in the Dane Hills during medieval times. Over time, the story of Agnes may have been twisted and exaggerated, evolving into the terrifying myth of Black Annis. Throughout history, there have been numerous reports and sightings of Black Annis, though these accounts tend to blur the line between folklore and genuine encounters. In the 18th and 19th centuries, many locals claim to have heard Black Annis's terrifying wails echoing through the Dane Hills at night. She was said to have the ability to travel great distances in an instant, sometimes appearing on the roofs of houses, peering into windows with her piercing, bloodshot eyes. In some versions of the story, Black Annis was believed to be able to squeeze herself through windows in order to reach her victims, using her sharp claws to tear apart their flesh. Parents in Leicester would traditionally hang herbs and garlic near their windows, believing that this would keep Black Annis at bay. One of the most well-known stories comes from the early 19th century, when a group of villagers in Leicester reported seeing a strange, hunched figure moving through the woods near Dane Hills. The figure, described as having long, gangly arms and a twisted face, was spotted at dusk by several witnesses. While they couldn't confirm that it was Black Annis, the sighting fed into the growing fear of the creature. Despite advances in science and skepticism surrounding such legends, modern sightings of Black Annis still occur, though they are rare. The isolated rural areas around Leicester have remained fertile ground for tales of supernatural encounters, and Black Annis is no exception. One of the more recent accounts came in the 1990s, when a local man claimed to have seen a dark figure moving through the trees near Dane Hills. According to his testimony, he was out for an evening walk when he saw what appeared to be an old woman in ragged clothing, moving unnaturally fast between the trees. When he approached the figure, it suddenly disappeared. Though he was a skeptic, the experience left him shaken. In 2015, a group of paranormal investigators set out to explore the Dane Hills area in search of evidence of Black Annis. Using cameras and recording equipment, the group claimed to have captured unexplained sounds, including a high-pitched scream, which some of them believed could be linked to the legend. While no definitive evidence of Black Annis was uncovered, the investigation added to the continuing mystery surrounding her existence. One of the most famous and frequently cited sightings of Black Annis occurred in the late 18th century when a group of villagers from Leicester ventured into the Dane Hills to search for a missing child. The child had disappeared without a trace, and many feared that Black Annis was responsible. According to the account, the search party stumbled upon a strange cave, believed to be Black Annis's bower. Inside, they found evidence of freshly torn animal skins hanging from the walls, along with bones scattered across the floor. Terrified by what they had discovered, the villagers fled, convinced that they had come face to face with Black Annis's lair. While the missing child was never found, this event only served to solidify the legend of Black Annis in the local community. Over the years, the bower itself has been explored by curious locals and paranormal investigators alike, though no physical evidence of Black Annis has ever been uncovered. The cave has since collapsed and become overgrown, but its presence lingers in the memories and stories of those who still live in the area. Numerous individuals have investigated the legend of Black Annis over the years, from historians and folklorists to paranormal enthusiasts. One of the most notable investigations was carried out by Montague Summers, a British author and clergyman who specialized in the study of witches and werewolves. In the early 20th century, Summers explored the connections between Black Annis and other European legends of witches and child snatchers, suggesting that her tale may have been influenced by similar myths from across the continent. More recently, folklorist Jacqueline Simpson examined the Black Annis legend in her writings on British folklore. Simpson traced the origins of Black Annis to earlier traditions of bogeymen and child-stealing hags that were common in rural communities. She also considered the possibility that Black Annis's story may have been used by local authorities as a way to scare children into behaving and staying close to home. Despite these investigations, no definitive proof of Black Annis' existence has ever been found. However, the persistence of her legend suggests that there is something about the story that resonates with people, even in modern times. While many view the story of Black Annis as nothing more than folklore, some researchers have attempted to provide rational explanations for the legend. One possibility is that Black Annis was originally based on a real person, such as a hermit or anchorite, whose unusual lifestyle and appearance may have given rise to rumors and superstitions. Over time, these stories may have been exaggerated and distorted, turning the person into a fearsome, supernatural figure. Another explanation is that Black Annis is a personification of the dangers of the natural world. In rural communities where children and livestock could easily fall prey to wild animals or the elements, stories of creatures like Black Annis served as a warning to stay close to home and avoid venturing into the woods. The figure of Black Annis may have been a way to give these abstract dangers a tangible form. The idea of mass hysteria and cultural memory could also play a role in the persistence of the Black Annis legend. In small, close-knit communities, stories and superstitions can easily spread, becoming accepted as fact. Over time, these stories can take on a life of their own, with new generations adding to the legend and keeping it alive. The legend of Black Annis is a fascinating example of how folklore can evolve over time, blending elements of history, myth, and superstition. While there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of Black Annis, her presence in the cultural memory of Leicestershire is undeniable. Whether she was originally a historical figure, a manifestation of the fears of the natural world, or simply a story used to keep children in line, Black Annis remains one of the most terrifying and enduring figures in British folklore. The eerie atmosphere of the Dane Hills and the chilling tales of Black Annis's predatory nature continue to captivate both locals and those interested in the paranormal. Whether she is real or imagined, the shadow of Black Annis still looms large over the landscape, a reminder of the power of folklore to shape our perceptions of the world around us. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share with your family and friends, and please leave a comment down below. You can also suggest ideas for future videos of creatures or myths you would like me to cover. Until we meet again, goodbye.